A very good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to continue redox reaction unit 8 in form of lecture number 2. So in previous class we have done the definition of oxidation and reduction. We know that when this will be considered as oxidation and when it will be considered as reduction. So on the basis of oxygen and hydrogen, we have done even in class 10th and in previous class also. So now we are very much clear with that topic. Yes. Now in this topic, we are going to learn more about that, how the oxidation and reduction will be there in terms of oxidation number, in terms of positive or negative charge, in terms of number of electrons lost or gained. Okay, so before that we have to know about oxidation number. What is the oxidation number? And then only we will identify that whether it is decreasing or increasing or what is happening. Yes, so let's start with this. There is a quote over here as usual, that you can't have a better tomorrow if you are still thinking about yesterday. So the quote means a lot, and it is already explanatory, so I don't need to explain this again. That if you want a better tomorrow, you have to leave yesterday in past only. If you're still thinking about this, you can't have a better tomorrow. Got it? So let's start with this. Next, the concept of oxidation number. Before this, we should know that what is oxidation number. So nowadays, to understand oxidation reduction reaction, systematically scientists assign an oxidation number or oxidation state to each chemical species, either it is ionic or covalent, whether it is in compound form or it is in molecule form or it is in free state. Okay, so according to a set of rules, there are some set of rules that we have to go through with that and we have to keep in our mind. So the concept of oxidation number has been very useful in balancing of redox reaction. And if you will not clear with this oxidation number concept, oxidation number, the balancing is really going to be a tough task for you. Yes, the oxidation number is defined as the charge which an atom of the element has in its ion or appears to have when present in combined state with other atoms. So it is a charge present on the elements, either it is in ion form or if it is in the compound form, then some individual charge will be there on each and every element over there. So that is termed as oxidation number. Now the next thing, that is a note. During the removal of atoms, the electron on the same atom are counted according to the following two arbitrary rules. What are the two rules? That electrons shared between two like atoms are divided equally between the sharing atoms. Is this line clear to you? Let me explain once again. I'm saying just that if it is two atom over there, so total number of electrons, if it is 6, so we have to distribute the electrons equally in both the atom. That means both the atom is going to share both the elements are going to share 3 electrons. Did you get that? Yes. Better way you will get it with the help of example that we will do later on. Next, electrons shared between two unlike atoms are counted with more electronegative atom. That means the more electronegative atom will share more electrons than the less electronegative elements. The oxidation number is a fixed charge in case of covalent species. The oxidation number can have positive, 0, negative values depending upon their state of combination. This is the number which can be even fraction, which we can be positive, negative, 0, कुछ भी हो सकता है. Yes, although this fractional is not so accepted. Okay, so when we will get the fractional oxidation number, we have some another set of things that we will do. Okay. So we'll do afterwards in that paradox of oxidation number, we will do. So it all depends upon the state of combination, that how it is going to combine in that way and with which it is going to combine. In that way, we will find the oxidation number positive, 0, even negative also. Yes. So now the question is how to find the oxidation number. It's really going to be a thing to think. Yes. So there must be some rule, there must be some like trick by which we can find the oxidation number. So what is that? There are a set of rules. Let's know them. We will know all the rules, all the things. So in first case, like when you are finding initial ways, you have to go through with each rule, and like every time you have to go through with this rule. Once you will go through, like once you will practice for this, after like 10-12 times if you will practice for this, then it will be set in your mind. So फिर दोबारा आपको उसको पेज टर्न करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Yes. So rules for determination of oxidation number. What are the rules? First, the oxidation number of an element in the free or the elementary state or in any of its allotropic form is always 0. I hope it is clear. This is the important point, that in the free state or the elementary state or in its any allotropic form, it will be always 0. Okay. Second, for example, like this is the example, oxidation number of helium in He, like He, if I am representing as He, or hydrogen like H2, or oxygen like O2, ozone like O3, iron like Fe, then in all these cases the oxidation number will be 0. Okay, so if somewhere I'm writing only Cu, copper, it will be considered as the oxidation number will be 0. Somewhere any like a gas like chlorine, Cl2 I'm writing, that will be also 0. Ozone, O3, 0. P4, phosphorus, 0. S8, 0. S only, 0. Yes, so in all this case it will be 0. The second rule, the oxidation number of an element in a single monoatomic ion. This is important. Again, in the second line, the important thing is that single monoatomic ion. If it is the monoatomic ion, then whatever the charge is present on that ion, that will be its oxidation number. Like if I'm saying Na plus, yes, so what will be the oxidation number in this case? It will be +1. Similarly, K plus, +1 is the oxidation number. Ca +2, then what is the oxidation number? +2. And yes, you have to write the sign that will be considered as the oxidation number. You simply can't write 1, 2, 3 like this. Yes, you have to mention the positive sign or the sign whatever it is written over there. Similarly, Al +3, it will have +3 charge. Clear? Now the next thing, in binary compounds of metal and non-metal, the oxidation number of metal is always positive while that of non-metal is negative. This is again important line, that binary compound, that means two atoms are going to combine with this. Yes, so in this case one will be metal and another will be non-metal. So in class 10th even you have learned that metal are the most electropositive element and non-metals are the electronegative. So whenever this is the compound which is having one metal and non-metal, then always the metal will have positive charge and the non-metal will have negative charge. Don't just revert it. Reverse mat karna, otherwise it will be completely wrong. Metals can never have negative oxidation number, although non-metals can have positive. But ये line याद रखिएगा, metals can never have negative oxidation number. When this non-metal will have positive oxidation number, that I will tell you, just have patience. Now, example NaCl. The oxidation number of sodium will be +1 and the chlorine will be -1. How it is +1, how it is -1, why it is not other than that. So we'll tell you that also. Now the next is rule number 4. In compounds formed by combination of non-metallic atoms, if only non-metallic atoms are there, okay, so then the atom with the higher electronegativity will always have negative oxidation number, and the one which is less electronegative in that case will have positive. So that is the same thing which I was explaining in last like line, that although non-metals can have positive oxidation number. So here we'll see, like in this case HCl. So in this Cl is more electronegative than the hydrogen. So Cl will have -1 and H will have +1. Clear? because chlorine is more electronegative. But in the same way, if I am making a compound like, okay, I have not mentioned over here, so let me there is another line for that, we'll explain. Okay, just remember this, Cl is here -1. Okay, now next point, in all compounds of hydrogen, the oxidation number of hydrogen is +1. हाइड्रोजन के हर एक कंपाउंड में हाइड्रोजन का ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर +1 होगा until or unless it is attached with any metal. अगर metal के साथ आ गया तो obviously, as I told you right now only, that metal will always have positive charge. They can never show negative, isn't it? तो अगर यही हाइड्रोजन हमेशा इसका +1 होगा, बट ये अगर किसी मेटल के साथ आ गया, then metal will have positive and this will have -1. Clear? Like LiH, NaH, KH. So in all this case, it is metal. Li is metal, Na is metal, K is metal, Mg is metal, Ca is metal. So in all this, hydrogen will have -1. I hope it is clear. While in this case, आपने देखा H is having +1 over here because Cl is -1 over there. Clear? Now next rule, the oxidation number of oxygen is always -2. In most of the compound, there are 98% you can say that it is -2 with some exceptions. There are exceptions that we will understand. Okay, so in general, oxidation number of oxygen will be -2. Now the exception, the first exception is the peroxide and the superoxide. Peroxide when it is called, peroxide and superoxide when it is, in which the oxygen atoms are directly linked to each other. That means they have OO bond. They have OO bond. Okay, in both the case, peroxide as well as superoxide. So as I said, that peroxide and superoxide, it means that it will have OO bond, that oxygen atoms are directly linked with each other. Peroxide ka example like H2O2, Na2O2. Okay, so in this case, each oxygen atom is assigned with the oxidation number -1. In the case of peroxide, it will be -1, while in case of superoxide, it will be -half. Okay, superoxide जो होंगे, that will be in general, that will be, or like in general, yes, it will be with the first group element. Okay, first group element के साथ ऑक्सीजन का जो ऑक्साइड्स होता है, and that will be considered as superoxide. In general, जो अगर हम first के साथ कंपाउंड बनाएंगे तो what we will get that K2O, isn't it? But superoxide के केस में oxygen will be more in number than the metals. Yes, so in this case it will be -half. So here is the second exception, and that is the second exception is found in compounds in which oxygen is bonded to fluorine. We know that the fluorine is most electronegative element, so that's why it will have negative charge, and oxygen is bound to show positive oxidation state. Clear? So if we talk about that oxygen difluoride, that means 2 fluorine, 1 oxygen. So here, and if you see that the fluorine is most electronegative element, and just one line, keep in mind that fluorine always shows -1 oxidation state, except one case that I will tell you later on, HOF it is. Okay. So fluorine being most electronegative element always shows +1 state. So in this case, the oxygen is bound to show +2 state. Clear? Because as a whole, the compound must have 0 charge. So this 1 fluorine is -1. So for 2 fluorine, it will be -2. So for this oxygen, it will be +2. Okay. While in case of O2F2, that means dioxygen difluoride, that oxidation number of each oxygen is +1 over here. So in case of oxygen difluoride, it is +2, but in case of dioxygen difluoride, it is +1. Okay, so that you have to learn this. This is because of the fact that fluorine being most electronegative element always shows oxidation state or oxidation number of -1. I have already told you. Now other rules. The most electronegative element, fluorine, has an oxidation number -1. Yes, this was the line. For the other halogens, the oxidation number is generally -1, but there are exceptions. कब होगा ये exceptions? When these are bonded to a more electronegative halogen atom or oxygen. Like in general, जो halogens होंगे, they will have -1 oxidation state, but if the halogens, like we talk about the interhalogen compounds. Interhalogen compounds, that means two halogen will be combined to each other to make a compound, okay? Or the halogens are attached with the oxygen, okay? Except fluorine I'm talking about. Then in that case, it can be positive. Kaise? Let's see. See, in this case, Hi I'm talking about. Hi, iodine is more electronegative than the hydrogen, so it will have -1 state over here. But if this iodine is added with the fluorine, IF5, then what will happen? This fluorine is being most electronegative element, it will show -1 state. So that means for 5 fluorine, it will be -5, isn't it? To make this compound whole as a 0, this iodine must have in +5 state. So right now in Hi case, the iodine is -1, but in IF5, iodine is +5. While in case of IF7, it will be +7. Yes. In case of IF3, it will be +3. So in this way, it will vary. I hope it is clear. Any doubt in this? Next, for neutral molecule, the sum of the oxidation number of all the atoms will be 0, which I was talking about, like I don't know that as a whole it should be 0. So this is the line. किसी भी neutral molecule के लिए sum of all the oxidation number of all the atoms will be equal to 0. For example, if I'm talking about NH3, it is not having any charge. So as a whole, that means sum of oxidation number of nitrogen and sum of all 3 hydrogen oxidation number will be 0. Okay? So here it is, sum of oxidation number of nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms should be 0. Next, for a polyatomic ion, the sum of oxidation number of all the atoms is always equal to the charge on the ion. That means whatever the charge is given, here it is given -2. So that will be, instead of this 0, it will be -2 only. Got it? Sum of oxidation number of sulfur and 4 oxygen atom, that will be equal to -2. Clear? One like for practicing, you people have to understand all these rules, and maybe you people have to turn pages for 1 or 2 days while practicing. Okay, once you will practice it, so all that rules jo hai, that will set in your mind, and then in that case it will be like in flow. Okay, you will go in flow. Okay, now next like whatever we have done, whatever the rules we have done, for that, to sum up, we can say that compounds as a whole always have total charge 0. Yes, I have told you. Radicals, that means if charged compound are there, radicals will always have total charge same as the charge given on that. ठीक है, जो उसके ऊपर चार्ज दिया हुआ होगा वही टोटल चार्ज के बराबर होगा. Oxidation number is always calculated per atom. Whatever the number are there, it is always calculated per atom, and for the central atom, that is also a point. It should be calculated per atom and for the central atom. Now the question is that what is central atom? So central atom is that element in the compound which is less in number, जो less number में होगा. ठीक है? So like if I am giving you example like H2SO4. Okay, so in this case, which is the central atom? Obviously the sulfur is central atom because sulfur is less in number, isn't it? So this is correct. If another example, if 2 elements are there which are having same number, then which will be considered as central atom? Like example H2S2O7. So now both the hydrogen and sulfur are having 2 number. Then in this case, which will be oxidation number? So if 2 elements are having same number in the compound, same number of atom in the compound, then the element having more atomic mass will be considered as central atom. Got it? So this sulfur will be the central atom again, because although the hydrogen is also 2, but sulfur has more atomic number, so sulfur will be the central atom. I hope it is clear. Yes, any doubt in that? Okay, first thing, Oxidation number should be calculated per atom. Second thing I told you, it should be always calculated for the central atom. और आपके काम को आसान किया जा सकता है. That means your questions को easy किया जा सकता है by underlining. Suppose that I have given a question and I underline the element and I told you to find the oxidation number of this underlined sub element. So that will be, your work will be easy, that you don't have to decide that which one is the central atom. But in general, I will not give you in the paper like this. I will not underline the topic, the element. You only have to decide that which one is the central atom and for what element, for which element you have to find the oxidation number. Got it? Okay, let's move to next point. Group 1, 2 and 13. That is the important point. Learn kar lo. Group 1, Group 2 and Group 13 will always have +1, +2, +3 charge respectively. इनका charge कभी 0 नहीं होगा. इसके अलावा अगर वो किसी charge में होंगे तो that will be 0. जब वो free state में होंगे. Got it? They can never show +2, +3. Like Group 1 जो है वो +2 show नहीं कर सकता. वो -1 show नहीं कर सकता. वो या तो show करेगा मतलब +1 is the maximum one और minimum अगर जाएगा तो वो 0. Similarly, Group 2 के एलिमेंट जितने भी होंगे that will show maximum +2 और 0. Group 13 के they will show only +3 और 0. That's it. Okay? Not like 1, 2, 3 ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. बस ये कंपाउंड्स है और इनका ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर कभी चेंज नहीं होता. ये भी ध्यान रखेंगे आप. In the compound, if it is in the reaction, their oxidation number never changed. Okay? Oxygen will always have charge equal to -2 with some exception, and that exception I told you that peroxide में हमेशा ये -1 होगा और superoxide like KO2 it will be -half and oxygen fluoride like O2F2 or OF2 it will be +1 and +2 respectively. I hope it is clear. Yes. Hydrogen generally carries +1 but in case of metal अगर वो metal के साथ आ गया metal hydride then it will be -1. Fluorine will always show -1 oxidation state except HOF. This is the only compound where the fluorine shows different oxidation number. What it will be? +1. Okay, now all the metals in free state and in molecular form will have 0 oxidation state. सब यहाँ पे क्या होंगे? They will show 0 oxidation state. Free state कहो या molecular form like Cl2, O2, O3, P4, S8, yes, N2 like this. Or metals like sodium if it is in free state. Aluminium, calcium, cesium, mercury like this. So this is your periodic table and here this one is called group 1, this is called group 2 and this one is group 3. So this group 1 will always have +1, group 2 will always have +2, group 13 will always have +3. Their oxidation number never change. ये याद रखेंगे. While in the periodic table I have given for that also. Now like 14, 15, 16. Group 14 can show +4 as well as -4 depending upon the combination that with what it is combined. Okay. Group 15 जो होता है that will general oxidation number is -3 but it can show -3 to +5. ये -3 to +5 show करता है. And how it will be that better and we will understand in here also I will explain at the last. I will explain, don't worry about that. Okay. And group 16 will show -2 to +6. Similarly, group 17 will show -1 to +7. And group 18 will always have 0. Their oxidation number will not change. इनका भी change नहीं होगा कभी भी. Clear? I hope it is clear. Yes. चलिए. Some examples like H2S. So you have to find the oxidation number of what? किसका? Central atom. Obviously, nothing is mentioned over here. So central atom and central atom will be sulfur. So I don't know what is the oxidation number of sulfur. So what I will do? I will assume that sulfur has oxidation number X. So the oxidation number of hydrogen is +1 that we know. Yes. Let the oxidation number of sulfur be X. इसको just X assume कर लेते हैं. Then here it is H2 and S. So H2, one hydrogen is having +1. So there are 2 hydrogens. So 1 into 2 I can say. And sulfur I have assumed that X. So I will write that. Some will be 0, isn't it? That rule was there. So this 1 into 2 plus x will be 0. So x is equal to -2, and hence we got that oxidation number of sulfur in H2S is -2. Clear? Any doubt in this? Yes. Next question. H2SO3. Again, the central atom is sulfur. So because it is in the less number sulfur, so assume kar lo that it is X. One hydrogen we know that +1 hota hai. Yes. And moreover, we have done in class 10th few concepts. ये जो चीजें हैं that we have already done in class 10th, isn't it? So I hope it will be like easy to accept this, easy to learn that again. So now oxygen जो है that is -2, we know that. Yes, in general it shows. So how will find the oxidation number? Suppose that sulfur is X. This is 2 into 1. Yes, let me write. Oxidation number of hydrogen is +1 and that of oxygen is -2. So let the oxidation number of X be S be X. Yes. Hydrogen is +1, sulfur is X, and oxygen जो है वो 3 है, but one oxygen is having -2. So can I write that +1 into 2 because 2 hydrogen, it is only 1, and this is -2 into 3. Yes. So just sum karo, it will be equal to 0, and this will be considered as like this. Oxidation number, you find it will be +4. There is no problem at all. Yes. Let's next question. Let's move to next question. And this is SO4 -2. It is a radical. It is a charged compound. Then the sum of the oxidation number of all the atom will not be 0. What it will be? It will be -2. Again, the central atom is sulfur over here. So we will find for the sulfur. Assume kalo this is X and one oxygen is having -2. So how many oxygen are there? 4. Yani ki we can say that one sulfur is X and 4 oxygen. So -2 into 4 will be equal to -2 because charge is total is -2, isn't it? So just solve it and you'll get that X is equal to +6. Yes. Now another question, Na2S2O3. So again the sulfur. So you can see that the how many like sulfur varies with the oxidation number. कैसे oxidation number इसका like change हो रहा है. Yes. So again the central atom is sulfur because here the both are obviously both are 2 in number, but sulfur is having more of atomic number, so it will be central atom. Sodium as being a first group element, its oxidation number will be always +1 and oxygen is -2. Yes. So we can say that Na2, one sodium is having +1, so 2 Na2 multiplied by 2. Sulfur is also here 2, so X into 2 we will write. And oxygen, one oxygen is -2, 3 oxygen, so multiplied by 3. Now sum, this is this plus this plus this is equal to 0 because no charge over here. So solve it. 2x you will get 4. But as I told you that oxidation number we have to find per atom. So 2x is equal to 4. So x is equal to +2. And the +2 is the oxidation state of sulfur in Na2S2O3. If you will write +4, it will be considered as wrong. Clear? You are supposed to write this +2 only. Then only it will be correct. Now the next question is S2O7 -2. Same way you have to do just sulfur 2, so 2x, oxygen 7, so -2 into 7, and total charge will be the. So just solve it and you will get that sulfur 2x is equal to 12. 2x is equal to 12. But as I told you that oxidation number is always calculated per atom. So what we will do, we will find for x. So oxidation number of sulfur in S2O7 -2 is +6. Clear? Now here are some questions that is going to be homework for you. Now I have made your work very easy. Clear? In this way I have made your work easy because I have underlined, and now I told you to find the oxidation number. So this is the homework for you. I will give you in PDF form. The next question that now we know this oxidation number and finding how to find this. So now you have to decide that oxidant and reductant. As I told you, the one which is undergoing oxidation will be called reductant, and the one which is undergoing reduction will be called oxidant. In the last class we have explained, we have done with this. Yes. So just find the oxidation number fatafat, and then we will say that which one is oxidant and which one is reductant. So this is in the free state, so 0 can we say, and here Zn is in the compound oxygen always -2, so it will be +2. Similarly, oxygen is in the molecular stage, so here also it is 0 and here it is -2. So just check that zinc is being oxidized will be called reductant. Zinc reductant, isn't it? Oxidized ho raha hai, but it will be reductant. And oxidation is like oxygen is undergoing reduction, so it will be called, this is oxygen, it oxidation यहाँ पे इसका क्या हो रहा है, reduction, but it will be called oxidant. Clear? Similarly, we can find for this CH4, Cl2. In this case, carbon is, see, chlorine is here 0 state. Yes. Now you decide that what will be the oxidation number of carbon and carbon in this case. Carbon is here -4. Yes. Because hydrogen is more hydrogen is more electropositive over here. So it will be +1 + 1. So this is +4. So that means it will be -4. Clear? While in this case, if you check, chlorine is more electronegative, so carbon will be +4, isn't it? And chlorine is here 0, but in this case, it is going to be -1. So chlorine being reduced will be called oxidant, and carbon being oxidized, the CH4 will be called reductant. One important thing I'm going to tell you, this oxidation number will be changed just for one element. But whenever you are supposed to write oxidant and reductant, you have to write the whole compound of that element. Got it? I hope it is clear. Yes? So let's see the exam solution. This is, in this reaction, the zinc donated electrons to oxygen to give zinc ions and oxide ions. Thus, zinc act as reductant and oxygen will act as oxidant. Similarly, CH4 is oxidized, so it will be considered as reductant, while Cl2 is reduced, so it will be oxidant. Next, here it is 0 state, here it is -1. So obviously, it is quite clear that iodine is going to be reduced. So iodine will be oxidant, obviously. Then if it is reducing, that means it is going to be oxidized. So here it will be reductant. So let's see, iodine gains electrons and hence it is reduced. So it will act as an oxidant. So obviously the other one will be reductant. Similarly, in another case, zinc is going to be oxidized, so it will be called reductant. So obviously this one be oxidant. Zinc loses electron and gets oxidized, therefore it acts as a reductant, and hydrogen gets reduced and so it will act as an oxidant. Now the next question is homework for you. The same way you have to find. So this is the homework, 2 questions I am giving you in the PDF form that you have to do. Okay. So that's it for today, class. Thank you for watching, and I hope whatever I have explained, that is clear to you. If still any doubt, you may ask, you can ask. And the PDF I am sharing with you. So the questions which I have told you as a homework, you have to do it. Okay. Next, we will discuss about the paradox of fractional oxidation number and some, like we say that exception for the oxidation number. So some other rules also I'm going to explain about this oxidation number. So that we will do in our next video. Till then, thank you, class.